What is up, guys? Blood Owl here today, and I'm coming at you with a very tonally different style of video. So, let me break this down. I had plans to take my Saturday to clean my car. An honest man does not hide his shame. But such as life, the world had other plans. We are getting a massive thunderstorm today. It went from 80 degrees to 65 in the span of an hour. You know that's prime tornado conditions. So, I'm gonna pack my shit, I'm gonna go to the park, and let's see if we can see some storms. Right off the bat, the sky is starting to look pretty intimidating. The woods are getting dark. You feel the danger. There's something about bad ideas that just make you feel so fucking alive. Now, it was raining pretty good a few minutes ago, and it has since stopped. Gonna have to check the radar, because I know I did not put pants on and come all this way just to get blue balled. We're gonna see some storms. We're gonna see some lightning. We're gonna feel it. It's gonna shake your bones. Hopefully not these ones. Oh yeah, I have big expectations for that sky over yonder. It's gonna be good. It's going to be good. All right, I am now parked and it is time to get situated. I got a waterproof phone case, so we'll be good to film. I got a rain poncho, which I was considering wearing, but then I thought, you're a heathen, not a fucking poser. We're going shirtless up in this bitch. Hopefully you guys can hear me through this waterproof pouch, but it is coming down fucking sideways out there. And it's only gonna get worse. Bring it on! Barely made it to the safety of this gazebo, but don't worry, I'm gonna put myself out there. So here's an interesting fun fact for the day. Statistically speaking, the oak tree is the most likely tree to be struck by lightning. No matter where you are in the world, Ireland, Siberia, North America, for every 100 trees to get struck by lightning, about 50 of them are going to be the oak tree. And what is this? All around me, the mighty oak. Now, I know what you're thinking. John, you are fucking stupid. You could die. And I would agree with you, except I got a couple things on my side, and I took precautions. First and foremost, an offering to the land spirits. I got some of this Primo Captain Black Royal Tobacco. I'm going to set it right here on this natural altar. May the guardians of this land grant me safe passage. And the second thing keeping me safe is I have some major plot armor going on right now. If I die, ain't nobody gonna clean my car. I clean my car. If nothing else, I will live. Even if I get struck, just to clean my car and go to work on Monday as the gods intended. So, don't do this at home. This is incredibly fucking stupid. This storm, because right now, seeming like they did. Hard rain stopped, birds are back to chirping, and the skies are starting to clear up. So under the pavilion, kind of hoping that the rain will pick back up. But I figured I would take advantage of this time to talk about why I'm doing this and why I'm making this video before I start getting comments and messages asking if I'm okay. You know, you need to talk to somebody, bro. I'm all right. The truth is, it's the same reason that people jump out of airplanes, same reason people like roller coasters. When we're just going through life, going through the daily motions, like we're sleepwalking, eat, sleep, work, repeat, it takes away from what it means to be human and to be here and alive. I think in order to have a healthier view of life and the world, you kind of have to step outside of that bubble. And everybody has different ways of doing this, but for me, you know, I like to experience the elements. I like to be reminded of the power of nature. when I see a beautiful sunset that looks like it was painted by a fire god, or when I see lightning that just shreds across the sky and you hear it sounds like a phone book ripping in half and it shakes the ground. It gives me that feeling, you know, like, holy shit, what an amazing world we live in. How much power and beauty there is to be found in the natural world is something that more people, I think, should slow down and take the time to appreciate, even if it's in a safer way than this. And you don't have to tear your shirt off and run off into the hard rain in the middle of a storm and risk danger in order to get this sense of fulfillment and the sense of awe in the sublime nature of the world around us. You can get the same effect just sitting in front of a stream with your feet in the water, close your eyes, listen to the running water, listen to the birds, smell the moss, feel the dirt under your toes. You know, there is a lot of truth in just touching grass. It can really do so much for you. So I'm not doing this because I'm, giving up on life. It's quite the opposite. This is me embracing life in a way that speaks to me on a more primal level. And since I have done things like this, I have never felt more alive. And circling back to my statement about, people rushing to comments or messages, reaching out to me and asking if I'm okay, that's not me to disparage them. I think that's a really important thing. We need to look out for each other and, take notes about each other's mental health and well-being. And a lot of times it is warranted. You got to check up on people. But on that same note, I do sometimes feel a sense of guilt for not responding to people in a timely manner, even when they're reaching out to me doing exactly that. They're just checking up. I don't know. I tend to avoid my phone a lot. I don't like social media. I'll hop on for the memes, realize that I'm doom scrolling, and try to put my phone down. But I get overwhelmed when there's too much going on at once. I have to come out here. I know there's some people who will look at this and kind of shake their head and be like, dude, what are you doing? You're taking risks that you don't have to, and I get that. But the world, especially the world of man, is such a dangerous and chaotic place. Anytime you step out your front door, you are putting yourself at risk. And a lot of times that risk versus the reward is a lot less than this. So, all that to say, cleaning the car can fucking wait. The day that you have right now is the only day you're guaranteed. And like I said in my last video, I'm done being a passenger in my own life. I want to make the best of every day that I got. So here I am. And for some people, making the most of the life they have involves a little bit of danger, a little bit of fear. There's a lot of truth. I believe that fear is the most ancient emotion. Even unconscious plants and animals like plankton and trees and moss, while they might not experience fear in the same way that we do, their natural inclination is to avoid death and to reproduce. Fear is an incredible motivator. And you could say, I'm here because of my fear of a life unlived, not death itself, not injury. But when you're confronted with your own mortality and the fragility of life, you kind of want to be reminded that death and life doesn't have to be bleak. All that to say, I did fuck up a little bit. I forgot a towel. I forgot to bring a towel. That's a cardinal sin right there. But in truth, I'm a little disappointed there wasn't just a little bit more danger, a little bit more thunder and lightning, but I am grateful that I got to come out here in the first place. I'm probably gonna chill here a little bit longer, maybe hope for a second wave, but I doubt that'll happen. Even if it doesn't, I'm enjoying the air. I'm enjoying the birds. I can hear crickets again. It's the first time I've heard crickets since last year. And the spring anxiety that I had before is passing just like the storm. I'm grateful. And if you've stuck around this long watching my videos, listening to my ramblings, I just want to express from the bottom of my heart how grateful I am. To me, it's not about views or likes or clicks or anything like that. I titled my last video Screaming into the Void, because that's kind of what it feels like sometimes when I make these videos. I make them to try to express the parts of myself, the parts of my soul and my experience that I don't know how to express otherwise. So knowing there's at least one or two other people out there in the void screaming back at me is really a cool feeling. And apart from that, unless this storm picks back up, this will probably be the end of this video. So until next time, Blood Owl signing off. Stay safe, wanderers. You can fucking cut glass with my nipples.